Yo guys, what's good? My name is Callum Dolby and welcome back to another video on the channel. So this is my Posh preview of the Northampton game at home on Saturday. Now annoyingly this is a game that I can't go to, I won't be able to watch either because of work commitments, so there probably won't be a Posh review of this game unless I go back and watch the full 90 when it's uploaded to Posh Plus, which to be fair I actually might do considering it's a derby game. And it is a derby, it's the classic derby, we all know the Neen derby, so yeah, we're going to get into my predicted lineup, a player to watch from Northampton, and also just some general thoughts on the game. But first I quickly wanted to talk about the Reading game. Now I've spoke to some people that went to the game and my dad who watched it here at home, and by all accounts it was a bit of a scrappy win, and it didn't really look like either team were going to win it almost. It kind of just looked like a bit of a mess. So I'm glad that we managed to be on the right side of that, because normally we'd be on the wrong side of that and lose. There's not many games where we've played poorly and won under Williams. You know, pretty much every game, apart from maybe the Crawley 2-1, that's probably the only game that I can think of where we didn't play that well and won under the new manager. The other games we just absolutely blew the teams out of the park, and then I think what happened really was teams figured out our tactics, or his tactics. So it's good to see that he went with what I suggested in the you know, in the preview to the Reading game. You know, you're welcome, mate. You know, I know you watch the videos. Yeah, I said to go with Jimmy J and, you know, Leonard, because I think they complement each other really well. And shock horror, when you play your best two strikers, you normally score goals. You know, I don't think that's too outrageous to say. You know, I don't think that's too hard. I don't think you need a coaching qualification to work that out. So, yeah, I mean, my predicted lineup is exactly the same. I think we'll go exactly the same as we did for Reading. You know, I think it's everyone in that team doesn't deserve to get dropped. I don't think Tom O'Connor will be back yet. I saw some sort of weird thing where they were like, it's a calf problem, but it's not an injury. But he's missed 2 games, and it's like, well, it clearly is an injury, but whatever. They're not calling it an injury. It's, again, I don't want to repeat myself from last video, but it just seems to be like this weird thing where we're not being as open as, you know, as the fans want the club to be, or the journalists to be, about injuries. It's a bit of a strange one, really. It's like he's injured, but he's not injured. We don't know when anyone's coming back. I think Kean Hayes is returning to fitness soon, which is quite exciting because I think he's a good player. He just needs a little bit more end product to really reach that top level, like League One player that we need to carry us through this season. So yeah, it's just a bit of a strange one, like I've said before. But yeah, that's my predicted lineup. I think we'll go exactly the same, and I think Akagwe is on a really good run of form as well. Just to mention him, by all accounts, he played well again on Tuesday, which I'm happy for him, because he's, you know, he kind of got pushed out of the team, obviously with Nevitt playing quite well at the start of the season, and we signed O'Connor, we've signed Lees, you know, all these players, and I think we signed Akagwe near the start of the window. So he probably come in thinking he was going to play more, and then obviously we signed like 2 other centre backs in O'Connor and Lees, and he was like, and then he just found himself on the bench. I mean, when he came on, he didn't really do much. So yeah, it's good to have him back in the team, I think. And a player to watch from Northampton, I'm going to go with. Now, this is probably a bit of a rogue shout, but I'm going to go with Tom Eaves, because it's a name that I really recognise and a name that I remember scoring a few goals against us in teams gone by. I think he played for like Hull and, you know, various other EFL clubs. He's a bit of a journeyman striker. And I always remember that ponytail and just him being able to bag a few at London Road. I know he's only got like 2 goals this season, but that doesn't really discount him from scoring against us, because defensively we haven't been that good lately, and I think it'll be a good test for our centre-backs. I think, you know, obviously with him being quite tall and quite imposing, I don't think we come up against many strikers like that anymore. I'm pretty sure Reading had a striker like that, but you know, the sort of the days of like the Tom East type of striker is kind of long gone now. So yeah, if he starts, I'm not sure if he starts every game, but if he does start, I think he might get a goal or 2. And hopefully he doesn't. I mean, Akagwe's quite tall, and, you know, Lees has got that experience and probably dealt with a lot of, you know, big cloggers up front before. So yeah, Tom Eaves is my player to watch. And I just hope that we really give the crowd something to get behind this game, because I've seen a lot of promotional material from from the club and stuff on social media, and obviously they're hyping it up because, let's be real, ticket sales are through the floor at the minute. I mean, they were rising more when we were in that winning run, but since we lost them like 4 games in a row, I mean, there was only 4,000 people at the FA Cup game, and nearly 600 of them were Barnsley fans. So 3,500 people coming to watch their team and paying 18 quid, it's like, that's just not enough. So I'm not sure what the sort of capacity, the expected crowd is, but for a derby, I mean, you're normally talking nearly, not like sort of 9-10,000, but I don't think that's going to be anywhere near. I reckon it'll probably be closer to 6.5, which is quite sad, really, because we spent so much time, and credit to like the owners as well. They spent so much time going to like paying to go to these schools and visit, like give free tickets out and try and encourage the next generation of Posh fans. And last season and this season has just ruined it. We're just not playing well enough. That season, when we got to the playoffs and we got beat by Oxford, I mean, the attendances were probably averaging like 8 or 9,000, and that is, it might be not amazing for other clubs, but for us that was absolutely massive. And we spent so much time and effort into building the next generation of fans, and I feel like that's kind of dwindled away a bit, and like people are just losing interest. And it's like, fair enough, like you don't want to pay 28-30 quid or whatever, how much it is now to get in. I think it's 28 in advance, and that's a lot of money. That's, for some people, if you're just one person, that's nearly a week's shopping. So would you rather eat and whatever, or go and watch us lose like 4-0? Like that's where you've got to think. I know, like, for the sort of ardent Posh fan, it's like, you're going to be there whatever, you have a season ticket, so you sort of have that big expense, so you pay it monthly or whatever, and that's just your thing, right? But for the people who are kind of 50-50, when you're losing every week, they're just going to switch off and they're not going to come, or they're going to watch it by other means through streams and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention the crowds and stuff, because it's got to be said. I think if we get a good run together now, if we win this game, maybe win the next one as well, I think people are going to be more inclined to come back. And then obviously Darrag's going to see more people through the door, so he's going to want to get players moved on in January and buy more players and really push on, because this league is absolutely wide open. I mean, you look at like mid-table and we're only 1 or 2 wins away from really climbing up there, and then obviously you get there, if you win a couple more games, you get to mid-table, and then you kind of looking up to playoffs, and then it can all change in a matter of 3 or 4 games. So yeah, we've really got to go for this. I've predicted a 4-0, and hopefully the boys in blue can really show up on this derby day and not be scared, because the crowd's really going to get behind them. And I think we just need our big characters to step up today. Harry Leonard, if Garbutt comes on, we need him to show his quality. Collins needs to run that midfield like no man's business. Tom Lees needs to carry the back line, and Bass just needs to be his usual self and claim the crosses, and get behind the defence and really just give them confidence. And even if in like the 2nd or 3rd minute you get Big Dave just absolutely crunching one of their players with a big tackle, it'll just get the crowd up. And I feel like it really needs that sort of lift of confidence, and just we're in this together, let's just go for it, sort of thing. So yeah, that is my Posh preview for the Northampton game away. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on it. Comment down below with your score prediction and your first goal scorer. Like I said, 4-0 for me, and I'm going to predict that. I'm going to go with Declan Frith, first goal scorer. I think he needs a goal, and I think the last couple of games he hasn't played to his full ability, so I think that if he can beat his man a couple of times in the first 10 minutes and really get his confidence, I think this could be his game. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm 15 subscribers away from that magical 400 number, which I want to reach by the end of the year. And yeah, that'll be really helpful if you also click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I've also got some big news which I'll be revealing in the next video. So yeah, look forward to that. Cheers.